Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I hope your Wednesday is going great. I hope your lives are going good. I hope God has blessed you guys and everything is going well. Right now, things are great. The weather is fine, which is weird for us at this point because normally in Northern California, the weather's like in the hundreds, but it's been in the 90s, which is perfect. Perfect. But I wanted to come to you guys to get to today and discuss the Fourth of July versus Juneteenth. Which one should we celebrate? Should we celebrate the Fourth? Should we celebrate Juneteenth? And why? You have people out here that are putting out there their opinions, their feelings on why they should or should not. You have black people saying that we should not celebrate the Fourth because it doesn't represent us. You have black people saying that it does represent us and we should go out there and celebrate it because we're Americans. So here's my take on it. There are two sides to every story, but there's only one truth. The truth is both days represent freedom. So there shouldn't be a conversation of, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go celebrate the fourth. Um, but I'm not gonna or I'm not gonna celebrate the fourth because of the fact that it doesn't quote unquote represent us. Or I'm only gonna celebrate Juneteenth because it represents us and that's it. No, both days represent freedom. The Fourth of July represents freedom of this nation from the tyranny of Britain. So we come together to celebrate that, as in it is the birthplace of America being its own country and making its own decisions, right? Juneteenth represents the freedom of our people, my people, black people, because even though the Fourth of July, even though black people died in the fourth in American Revolutionary War, even though there were some black people that were free, like it doesn't mean all of us were. As a matter of fact, most of us were not. Slavery was still happening. Those that were free were either free because of the fact that their master gave them freedom, or they purchased their own freedom, or they were born to a free black person. So we can't discount the fact that slavery was still happening, right? 90 years later, you have from the American Revolutionary War, we have the Civil War, and once that ended, 2 years after it ended, now black people are free completely of slavery. So we need to celebrate both because both dates represent freedom. All races should come together to celebrate that. It shouldn't be to where it's just white people celebrating the Fourth of July, or and it shouldn't be just black people celebrating Juneteenth. No, no, we are a nation. We are one nation under God. So that means that everyone, white, black, Hispanic, Asian, what have you, and every single day that represents freedom of whatever race is in this country, when that day comes, we should all celebrate it together as a people. Even though we're all Americans and we're one nation, we are a nation of different races. So these like we should so as different races, we should all be celebrated. We should all come together for those days. Any day that represents freedom, we should be coming together. Like we can't go forth or go forward as a country, as one nation, when we don't celebrate the times that matter to us as a people. Juneteenth matters to black people because we weren't free until then. There's no getting around that. Like the Fourth of July matters to white people because their ancestors received freedom at that point in time. But one thing you also got to see at that point too is this, and a lot of people are not going to agree, but this is the truth. If there wouldn't have been a Juneteenth if there wasn't a Fourth of July. If there was no American Revolutionary War, there wouldn't have been a Civil War, which would have brought freedom to black people. That it wouldn't have happened. Like those that wanted freedom from the tyranny of Britain, there are those of them that wanted to get help us to be free too as well. The issue with black people in this regards is the core of it is it's twofold. We feel like we're alone in this fight that we had to deal with in this country. But black people, we have never been alone. Juneteenth is not just our victory. It's a victory of those who died with us. There are white people that fought and died for our freedoms. There are different, like there were Jewish people that fought and died for our freedoms, whether it's Juneteenth, whether it's segregation, whether it was Jim Crow laws, whether it's a Civil Rights Act. There are other races of people that have fought and died with us. So just like black people fought and died in the American Revolutionary War, we like freedom doesn't come until we all come together. So we should all come together on those days. Just like it was black people that fought and died in the American Revolutionary War, there were black people that had died in the Civil War. No, like think about it like this: the North wouldn't have won the Civil War until they brought black people in to help, which means this: it takes God and it takes us as human beings to come together for us to receive the freedom that we're looking for. So why not celebrate both of them? Why is it a fight? Why is it a battle? You do have grifters out there on both sides of both races that want us to be separated. They want us to fight and argue and battle. But segregation ended a long time ago. We're not going back to that. So we should not let these people keep us separated. Like we should not let these people make us think that we're not Americans. We should not let anyone make us feel like we can't come together as a people. Like we are Americans, so we should all come together to celebrate the days of freedom in this country. Like no matter what day it is, whether it's the 4th, whether it's Juneteenth, if there are days that represent freedom for Latin people, if there's days that represent freedom for Asians, we should all come together to celebrate those days because that's what it means to be an American. It means to celebrate the days of freedom. This country represents one nation under God of all races, celebrating a place of freedom to worship freely, to have families, to grow together. We are not to separate that. So those of us, or not even those, I won't say those of us, those people out there that are either black, white, or whatever race that are trying to say that it doesn't represent us, don't listen to those people. They're lying. They're just trying to separate us. We're all Americans. Like it might like have, was it, did it seem like, were we all Americans in the beginning? No, not at first, but like because we were not brought over to be that way. But due to the things that God has done in this country, we are all now one nation. Black people fought and died in this place. White people fought and died in this place. The indigenous fought and died in this place. Latin people fought and died in this place. Asians fought and died in this place. That makes us Americans. The laws of this land that we abide by makes us Americans. The Civil Rights Act was produced to show the world that we're all Americans in this place. So we need to all come together to celebrate the days that matter to us. The 4th of July is a special day for this country. Juneteenth is a special day for this country. Whether you believe it or not, it is. So let's all come together. Let's not fight over these things. Let's not make an argument over something. Now, for black people, there is always going to be people out there that are going to try to make us angry, to want to fight and go back to the past. We can't let those people do that. Now, don't get me wrong. Where there's smoke, there's fire. And what I mean by that is this, is we can't act like what happened in the past didn't happen, but we can't let that dictate and define us, right? We're not victims, we're victors. But at the same time, America has a history of trying to sweep things that are in the past like under the rug and try to under the rug of time. But time does not heal wounds. People say that, but that's not the truth. Time does not heal wounds. Time does one thing only. It just keeps moving forward. That's it. The only thing that heals wounds is forgiveness and making amends and restitution for the hurts that were caused. Even though we know there are grifters out there, the reason why grifters are always able to grab a hold of people is because the issues that are in this country that are due to racism have not really been dealt with. They've been acknowledged because they're in history books and you got Black History Month or what have you. And I'm bringing these things up. It seems like I'm going on a tangent, but I'm bringing these things up it links towards the 4th of July and Juneteenth. The reason why these grifters are always able to pull and tug on things is because we as a people in this country, as Americans, we don't like dealing with our past. We don't. We want to label them as mistakes or we're not perfect. Slavery is not a mistake. It's not something you can say it's imperfection. It's an evil thing that was done. It wasn't just done to black people, but it is an evil thing that was done. So the only way forward for all of us to come together, white, black, Asian, Hispanic, what have you, is that whatever hurts that were caused to us as a people, one, it needs to be acknowledged. Two, there needs to be forgiveness. Three, there needs to be amends made and restitution made. Because in God, when someone is done wrong, whether they're saved or unsaved, it's a debt that is owed for the wrong that's been committed. The only way that wrong is dealt with is either by forgiveness or by the debt being paid. You cannot sweep it under the rug and say it's in the past, so you can't do that. There are black people out here that think because we were not born in that time that it doesn't affect us. It does affect us to a degree. Think about it. From slavery to Jim Crow, slavery, segregation, Jim Crow laws, Civil Rights Act. The Civil Rights ended 1968, which means we've only really been free technically in this country for 58 years. You don't think that there's any type of remnants of the things that we're dealing with still as black people in this country due to racism? There is. You can't take a people that's been under that type of pain for hundreds of years and say, hey, it's over now, move on, when it's only been 58 years. That's not how this works. But that doesn't mean that it's not possible, because with God, all things are possible. I'm not saying we should focus on the past and get angry and all that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we need to acknowledge it, and we need to deal with it, and we need to face it. There needs to be a lot of healing involved. This country is missing healing. And we need to stop acting like black people, we need to stop acting like we're in this situation alone. We need to stop acting like we went through slavery alone. We didn't. We've never been alone. The fight that we've had as a people has never been just our fight. You forget there's a God that's in heaven, and he is the reason why we went from slavery to freedom and to success that we have in this country. Not us. We didn't bring that to us. He did. Of course, we had a hand in it, of course, but God is the reason why we're free. And there's a lot of white people and Jewish people that fought and died for our freedom. So we've never been in this alone. We have to remember that. Stop looking. So since that's the case, why think that we can't celebrate the 4th when it was all of us that brought freedom to this country, whether it be from Britain or from slavery? We are all involved in this. The pains of the past need to be dealt with. But once they're dealt with, then we move forward and we stop arguing about what day we should celebrate. That's garbage. And those people that are trying to get us to fight over that stuff, they just want to make you there is profiteering in bitterness and hatred. If people can keep you to hate and be angry, then you'll never be free. And next thing you know, they got you caught up, and you'll go by whatever they're doing. It is studied there are grifters involved when it comes out to racism. We can't let those people get over on us. Some people say, people use different types of reasons to try to get you to see it differently. Look, the fact is, this country was built from every race that's come here under the sun. And we all should come together for the days that represent our freedoms and celebrate those days together. That's what we should be doing. And let's not forget that. Let's not forget what God has done and how God has made this country great, and it's only been around for a few hundred years. Like, let's not forget the work that has been done in this place. Focus on let's stop focusing on the negativity. Let's fix the negativity and let's move forward. So I just wanted to say that to you guys. You guys have a great week or a great rest of the week, and you take care.